ladies and gentlemen, a session on needs of television industry for Northeast region, along with ASEAN with television production houses. We also have a session on animation and digital technology for media and entertainment industry in Northeast region, ASEAN with advertisement, 2D, 3D animation, post-production and VFX studios. All in one. Please, it's time for us to invite the panelists.
Have not seen such a big panel ever in any discussion. So big hand for this panel, because we have combined everything and we have worked it out and we have planned it out. Now when we are talking about films, when we are talking about television, when we are talking about music albums, when we are talking about animation, when we are talking about digital, and of course with all that media entertainment, we are also going to talk about somewhere the Northeast region of India, and of course the ASEAN countries. With these words, I would request Bej Barua ji, सबसे पहले मैं आपको request करूंगा, आप अपने विचार दीजिए.
It's a great, especially when that the Northeast is tagged. As a filmmaker, I would like to mention that Northeast has so many things to offer. Today, in front of the film fraternity here, and I would appeal to the filmmakers of the world that please come and make your stories there. Not your stories, Northeast stories, and make your films.
Tourism plays an important role in entertainment industry. I think it's a great move, and our expectations as producers is that when our team goes for Reiki, the problems they face, we need virgin locations sometimes. Every producer wants a virgin location for when they go for Reiki, but they don't have that idea. So if tourism ministry gets involved in such kind of things, the way you were saying that you're gonna make the brochures and all, and show us that how and where we can shoot, and the infrastructure will be provided by them, it will be a great help to us. And other than that, if these crafts melas and everything has been organized along with the events and cultural evenings with association in Bollywood, it will give a great boom.
It's an honor to be part of this promotional exercise, and it's been done in a very organized way. My humble suggestion is maybe there should be some kind of a synergy, and maybe use of such catchy words. Like I even remember there was a song, Musu Musu Hasi, using Nepali phrases. So if we have some catchy phrases from the lingo, the dialect of that particular region, and maybe we have an actor or an actress from that region, like for example, Tubelight was released. We have an actor, a child artist from Arunachal Pradesh, acting with Salman Khan. So immediately today, in Mumbai, everybody knows about Arunachal Pradesh. So music and lyrics, if they are used effectively to promote Northeast states, and also where the songs are picturized, if there is a scroll, credit subtitle appearing at this is the location, that will also help to promote Northeast tourism. This is my humble suggestion, and I wish to compliment and congratulate all of you for organizing this grand event, and I wish you success every step ahead. Thank you so much.
I think we're all unarguably convinced about the Northeast being extremely beautiful, having a variety of terrain, etc. But I think I'd like to get a little more practical and pragmatic about things. As producers, when we evaluate a destination before we decide to go and shoot there, it's extremely important first for a destination to have some sort of a perception or some sort of a perceived value.
Step number one should be a massive amount of awareness that needs to be created. Step number two, I think, is it's about creation of infrastructure and production facilities. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I think the lack of equipment, whether it's cameras, lights, etc. And last but not least, they need to come up with an extremely attractive financial rebate or a financial incentive, which really makes it worth our while to visit.
I am very glad to be a part of this Indian film industry, and I feel blessed to be associated with great people of this industry. I went to Kathmandu when I was very small for a film shoot called Jewel Thief. But for the first time I could see that kind of scenic beauty for the first time. And I was overwhelmed with joy because I had never seen such a thing before. But then I felt like exploring, and only because of shoots I got the opportunity to visit some beautiful places of India. And it made me more and more proud to be an Indian. And I would like to offer my humble contribution whenever it is needed. गुलशन जी, हम आपके साथ हैं. मुझे यहाँ बोलने का मौका दिया, बहुत अच्छा लगा. I'm very grateful to you people and all my best wishes to you.
Today what we are discussing is something very important and we should take it very seriously. The question here is, why are we not shooting in Northeast India? Okay. I mean, me personally, I've been a part of 50 films, shot in 35 countries around the world, but not a single film has been shot in Northeast India. And I'm really embarrassed about it, standing over here and saying it. Tanuj has already spoken about some of the issues related to production in terms of costs and the distance and stuff like that. So these are things that we can evaluate and find out ways to, reduce the cost and stuff like that. What is very important is that probably we can start with a film commission for Northeast India, and they can guide the producers from all over the country and tell them where the shootings can happen. You can have a website that talks about the various locations available in Northeast. You can talk about vendors that are available that can provide you equipment and stuff like that, line producers whom you need to trust when you travel to a new destination to shoot. There could be a small incentive, and I'm not talking about big money, I'm talking about small incentives that states all over the world also providing to shoot in a particular state, wherever they are. So these are things that we should really look deep into, we should really push. And the same applies to all the other countries in the ASEAN countries where we've not been shooting, unfortunately. Just create a little more awareness. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ashiji. Thank you.
So what I suggest about the Northeast, what they should do is, they should make some documentaries about the locations. We don't know, nobody knows what is there, what are the locations there. If you show those locations to the producers and directors, they will know how to make their stories and how to take them there. And about the infrastructure, you must have it there, the hotel stay and other things, and definitely the incentive, which is more important for all the producers. Definitely our producers, they want the good locations, because whatever I was watching here, the locations are wonderful. If we really can go to those places and shoot, we should be very happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Practically speaking, we need to work out, how shooting is possible in Northeast. We feel ashamed that we go to New York and Russia and we don't go to Northeast, The distance is not on the map, but in our minds. I think more than anything else, we need cultural exchange. We should know the culture first. We should know the folk stories. Then we can incorporate them in our films. If we involve characters, songs, stories, and ethos of Northeast, then there will be a proper combination. And one more thing, we can do film festivals, Hindi film festivals over there, Indian film festivals over there, and Northeast festivals in Bombay, in Calcutta and Chennai, and major centers. So when we watch Northeast films, we can come to know that these kind of locations are available, and we have to make it work practically. And I'm sure after this conference, we will come out with some pragmatic steps. Thank you so much, Pandeyji and Sharmaji.
Today it is a very revolutionary step. I'll not be focusing so much on the ASEAN aspect, more on Northeast. Unfortunately, the whole country, not just the government, we have neglected Northeast for too long a time. I'm thankful to the present government that proactively you're trying to unite Northeast with rest of India, to make them feel that yes, you are part of India. For that sheer reason, filmmakers, I think it's our national duty to go and shoot in Northeast. I think we need to, as industry, as writers, producers, directors, we need to analyze where we have been wrong. A person with Oriental features in Hindi mainstream industry is either being stereotyped as a watchman. Thankfully, Yashraj broke that stereotype with Chak De when a Northeastern was portrayed as a regular, normal person. So we need to broaden our horizon also. It took us a long time to integrate Sikhs into mainstream cinema as normal people.
Everybody said about the infrastructure. I read it's very well presented that you need infrastructure, what you're going to do about the infrastructure, and already a couple of people said, very well said, that the rest of the India or the world does not know your stories, culture. And today, I will say certain things which are very practical, because everybody is so hopeful here, and we are just painting a the bright picture, but we will look at very practical aspect of it. It has become very competitive. The business has to be very cost effective. So if you're looking at a business in Northeast, promoting tourism is little separate for me than culture and other things. What I would recommend is create stories and shows which are completely based in Northeast, and a producer or a channel can get on, get into a collaboration with you all, with especially the Northeast state. I will definitely speak to you, and I'll definitely try to see that whether conceptually my show fits in there or not. Thank you very much.
I run a platform called Artist Allowed. It's owned by Hungama, which actually has its core business around Bollywood. But we believed that there is a stream for non-Bollywood. And we believed it in a time when nobody did, because of the fact that we knew that talent was creating content. But the reality is there was this whole portion of the country that was doing it without expecting any kind of commercial release or anything. And when we launched the platform, and as we kept growing it, we suddenly realized there's so much of independent content in the Northeast. Another thing that we do very regularly is, live shows. And we partner with venues, and we would like to see, look at opportunities in the Northeast with venues where we can create, good live properties, have your talent perform there, at the same time get talent from other parts of the country to come and perform in the Northeast. So I think there's a lot that can be done. Cinema, of course, plays a big part of, also the monies are bigger in cinema. But I think if the Northeast is looking at, getting its own talent out there, we are here and we'd love to give all the support.
I just want to begin with 3 words, which is a slogan in the whole of Northeast. The 3 Bs, they call it Bihu, Brahmaputra and Bhupen. And I do appreciate and understand all the problems, social, economic, productive, all that, production, all those not only are pertainable to the Northeast, I'm sorry to say they are pertainable to the rest of India as well. Beauty does not only lie in nature, not just the fascination for its rivers and waterfalls and its mountains and risks, but it lies in the decision to want to discover the culture of so many lost forgotten tunes, lost forgotten instruments, lost forgotten stories, its history which is now merged into mythology. All that drove us to dedicate our lives to the Northeast.
Would like to thank this august audience and gathering and the forum for thinking of Northeast as inclusive within India, not exclusive. And that was a philosophy that Bhupendra had, that if people don't think about people, very soon the demons will start thinking about people and the animals will start thinking about people. What will human race do then? Now we've got to act east. So if we have to act east, we just can't leave it on the film fraternity to make films there, Gulshanji. We've got to go to the government and tell them the infrastructure of Assam has to change. Utilities have to improve. Roads have to be made easy for the film units to go. We've got to make production friendly, places for the film cast to go and work there. And another suggestion that I can talk about here is that there is a very good blossoming film industry within Assam, by the way, and in the Northeast. There are some professionals working tirelessly to ensure that Assamese films also come and join the mainstream. So why not collaborate with few directors, actors, ideas, film houses in Assam and the Northeast and do a joint venture, because they know the talent there. So it's going to be a halfway collaboration for people from here. You go and make films there and also get the Assamese and Northeast film industry into the mainstream. Northeast is definitely a worldwide location. The folk music of Assam is connected to the folk music of Scotland. Assamese Bihu and Scottish folk are all both similar. So why just India? Northeast needs to get included with the world. It's just about infrastructure and what the powers that be did not do in the last 200 years. I think 2 years is a very short time. You'll need lots of years, but lots of passion to get Northeast into the mainstream in India. Thank you very much. Thank you.
The Northeast is not just a collection of 7 and the 8th cousin, which is Sikkim, states. They are a collection of very, very proud, God-fearing, home-loving, more importantly, food-loving tribes. A bit of pride to say that when I was a VJ, as a VJ with a camera crew, with Channel V, we were one of the first music channels to go to Shillong. The Northeast has its own Northeast Idol. It does. Every year, they have a huge celebration. Hundreds of singers come from all parts of the states to participate, and there is a Northeast Idol. There is a Miss Northeast that happens every year. They have their own beauty pageant. So yes, the Northeast is doing it for itself. And in addition to that, they have their own Hornbill Music Festival, and it's an international festival. Yes, so there's lots to be tapped from the Northeast. There's lots that we have been tapping from the Northeast as well. Films are constantly being shot there. Earlier this year, in March, I was shooting for a Tanuja Chandra film with Irfan Khan in Gangtok. It's a film that will be coming out in September. It's called Kareeb Kareeb Single. A little bit of a plug there. Priyanka Chopra, through her production company, is taking the lead in shooting regional language films in the Northeast area. So yes, so efforts are being done, but it needs to be doubled, tripled, quadrupled, however it may be.
I want to share a few things because the connectivity, their focus is on Northeast with Southeast Asian countries. As far as cinematic tourism is concerned, the locations which are in various parts of the state are yet to be tapped. And I am carrying the message of my Honorable Chief Minister and Honorable Governor. Tell them to come to our state, and the state is ready to extend all kinds of support to them, whether it is subsidy, whether it is safety, security, etc.
My name is Lynn Laishram. I'm from Manipur. I'm representing my state today. So I had this dream of becoming an actress, and when I came to Bombay, I started modeling with Elite Model.
And it was just amazing when I, went and started auditioning for films and, other things like ads. And then I realized that it's possible to be part of this industry. Like when I get a casting call, I've done more ads for Malaysia, Indonesia, TV commercials. It's funny. And I would like the film fraternity to accept us and make us part of this industry and welcome us.
I'll speak more of my heart rather than my mind. So 2 months back from now, one call and post at a meeting, I could see somebody having more than passion in him. Somebody having, a mission of bringing Northeast in front of the world. And I think I appreciate Gulshan ji for that. I think Gulshan ji हीरा तराशने समय तो लगेगा. So I think as far as Northeast goes in, I'll talk from the facts and the figures. When we talk about the animation, VFX, gaming industry, most of the institutes who are associated with us, they always say, if the students are migrating from Northeast, studying with us, the chances of placement for our institute goes high. Because they're more hardworking, they're more creative than anybody else. There are a lot of forums, both on the national and international grounds. They have proven themselves. It's an opportunity for all of us to really work towards uplifting them, provide them the support. So we will be setting up the first Academy of Excellence with Assam University very soon. And I think as far as the infrastructure goes in, the resource goes in, I think it's time for the industry to come in and join us in this initiative. And I would really love forward for all of you who have spared so much time to come in here to really contribute in that.
We would like to offer 2 things. One, I realize that we don't have any chapter in Northeast. We'll ensure we have a chapter in Northeast in HRD.
Very good. Wonderful. Human resource in HRD.
We would like to offer, we are doing our business, because business is important and all of us talked about business. We do a national competition. This year we're taking it international. We'll offer complimentary teams to all Asian countries. No charges, it will be online games. 5 teams to each one on the countries. So over to Gulshan ji, you have
Wonderful.
to take charge.
We'll work on that.
Yeah, and last point, respect and communication, respect for each other and continuous communication is the bedrock of any good human relations. We must continue on that path. That will certainly align each one of you, and congratulations once again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Since HRD people have already talked about that they will set up something, we at Chandigarh, we have already set up, and free of cost, I am training 100 students from Northeast for this fraternity. So what I'll request this film fraternity to help them for the 6 months on-job training. Once they are 6 months trained, then I'll request the government to set up the studios for this. These 8 sisters, I would say I'll give you 80 students for that, 10 in each studio, and you'll see the change. जो अलग भूपेन जी ने जगाई, जो मैडम कल्पना कह के गई और जो आप आगे ले जा रही हैं, आई एम श्योर दिस यंगर जनरेशन, 19 to 21 to 25, they are going to take it up. Please come forward and accept them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to everyone. And I think my job is rather simple now. For any successful film, for any film to be successful, blockbuster, 2 things are important. It has to have emotions, and it has to have that binding streak in it so that the whole story can be taken forward. Today, the whole of discussion that we had, it had a true blend of heart and mind. A lot of people spoke completely from their hearts, which is expected, and a lot of people who had business in their mind spoke purely from mind, which is also expected. But when mind and hearts, they come together, then a good script is written. And that is what has happened actually today. So a lot of good ideas, a lot of good thoughts, practical suggestions. If we all together make our intentions clear and give this resolution to ourselves, that whatever we have discussed, we will contribute our part, whatever little we can contribute. Keep the northeastern region in mind and try to do our bit. Let us not always think that somebody else should be taking the first step. Let us take the first step. So whether this is industry, whether this is in HRD or skill people, people who are into production, studios, financing, direction, each one of us can do something which together can mean a lot to the people and to the region of the northeastern states. I am extremely happy that it turned out to be a very productive engagement. And our resolution is, our commitment is, what northeastern states have stated here. They have given you open arm welcome. Message from the governor and the chief minister that whatever help is required, make up your plans, contact them. Whatever best is possible, as far as the states are concerned, they will extend that support. From the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, we will continue to take this event forward, try to convert every decision or mention which was made here to convert into something which is doable, try to see how we can integrate with various other ministries from government, as well as work with the industry to ensure that whatever is expected, as was mentioned by Lynn, she became very emotional, remembering her childhood, that what she wanted to become, she has actually become. But she wants you all to own up her dreams. So if we own up their dreams, they become our dreams. And if they are our collective dreams, then we make them possible. That is what our effort should be. Thank you very much to Gulshan Sharma ji and his team, because they must have put in a whole lot of effort. At one stage, I was also scared, as was mentioned, that unless we keep the doors closed, perhaps we will never reach the closing stage. The hall will become empty, but I'm very happy that even at the closing time, we have a lot of people. Sunita ji gave us a glimpse of beautiful music, folk music, which needs to be revived, needs to be actually propagated, spread, because music has no language. It is understood all over the world by everyone, even without understanding lyrics. You listen to good music and you start tapping. And that is what she did today. Thank you very much to everyone. And let us hope that we continue to connect in future and try to do our best. Thank you.
তুক দেখি মুরগা কেনে বা লাগে তুক দেখি মুরগা কেনে বা লাগে বিহুরে ওই তলিতে নাসু নাসু লাগে বিহুরে ওই তলিতে নাসু নাসু লাগে